So you have no idea how stupid I was. Here I am. I was going on a rant and rave about a dream I had last night, and I forgot that the card is write protected, and I hit record, nothing happened. So I basically did a whole episode and never hit record. Well, I did hit record, but it didn't record. Now I feel stupid. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, it is Sunday. It is Easter. I am downtown at my studio. My studio mates are not here. It's probably because it's Easter. Who knows? But I definitely needed some peace and quiet to work on some stuff. I'm just going to recap what I ranted and raved about before. But I was out east for the past few days. I'm stinky. I didn't bathe. I'm okay, though. I was at a good friend's house and kind of like took a vacation away from art, but basically I took a vacation away from artists. And that's really what happened. And yeah, I went to a couple of shows last week, and oh boy, it's just the it's like no one's even looking at the work anymore. Everyone's just blah 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 with cheap wine, and it's just like I'm so over it sometimes. It's like I wish the art was better. I wish these artists concentrated more on their work than on their BS, because man, it's just like they don't shut up. I mean, like, artists are supposed to be pretty much by nature very introspective, quiet, kind of withdrawn, introverted. I don't know where those are. I don't know where those artists are anymore. It's just like that. So I was just like, oh, I need a break. Then I had like a friend text me like, hey, we going to see any shows this weekend? And this weekend, I'm like, no. I want to just hang out with my old friends who know nothing about art. Thank God, they don't collect art. They don't. I gave them some art, so any art that they have in their house is mine. So I get to just like, oh, that's a nice piece of work. You know why? Because it's mine. So yeah, I'm just making my stuff. I know whatever you might think of my stuff, I don't care. I don't make art for you. I make art for me. Whether you jive with it or not is not my problem. And if you jive with my work, you can buy it. If not, go screw yourself. Yeah. So like I feel grungy but refreshed. And I was right before I was cutting, like I forgot that I'd even cut this off. I didn't even have it turned on. I was talking about how I had nightmares last night. All night I had just bad night. I was like sweaty, sad nightmares. I'm just waking up in sweat and like And I had this nightmare that like they flooded this whole studio space I'm in with artists, like 50, 60 artists, and they kept moving my stuff around because a new artist would come in, try to find a spot for themselves, and like move my stuff out of the way. And then another one, and they were putting up walls and curtains and barriers and stuff, and all my stuff got like smaller and smaller and smaller. And I started screaming at everyone, like, "What the hell are you guys doing? Where's my space? Why are you taking?" And then I started, telling them they were bad artists and screaming, and it's like, using expletives, and then I was sending out emails and texts about how much I hated them, and it was a nightmare. Uh, that's that's an artist's nightmare, having your space reduced and then being bounced. Yeah. So I was, man, I feel like I had such a good role before. And I was talking about that it's all very provincial with these artists, even in the top tier people. There's shows going to be happening, and it's the same artists over and over again in the same shows. Depends on which tier, first tier, second tier, third tier, fourth tier, but no one moves up or down, and it's the same, group shows over and over again at a different location. Then they have like 50 artists. The solo show's hard because you got, that's on you to bring people in just for yourself or just one person. But if they have a group show with 50 artists, obviously, they come, then their friends come, then it's like a packed room full of just BS. But it's the same people over and over again. It's nothing interesting, nothing new, nothing groundbreaking. It's almost like some of that is just like a review of a body of work that they've worked or whatever they've worked their whole lives on, like an anthology. Then it's like the new ones, and then who goes where, and it's just like this is why I don't even want to show my art anywhere because it's just like they're gonna lump me in a group show, and then pick your tier. I don't know what I know. They try to always box me in somewhere, and I don't like it. I actually put a considerable amount of my art out on the street. You'd be surprised how much I just throw away. And I'm not even throwing away. I'm just like I go out there and I put it out there. I bolt it or screw it to locations and stuff and just freely let it go. I don't really, I'm not waiting around for some stupid gallery to get in touch with me, these group shows. No one's even looking at the work anymore. They're just gabbing away, sharing Instagram stuff and, talking about where they're going on vacation and who's who and what's what. I'm like, I was out east. I went to Long Island. That was my vacation. That's it. On a sleepover on a hard couch and some cheap wine. That's a vacation to me at this point. No Acapulco or anything like of that nature. Well, that's fine. And I'm here today to do some stuff. And yeah, it's quiet. It's nice just to get away from even Long Island, even to get away from that. It's like I'm always feeling like I'm trying to get away from something. Everything is fine for a little while, a couple hours, maybe even 1 or 2 days. And then after that, oh man, do I just want to run out of there like I did this morning. I woke up at 7 a.m., went to the bathroom, had a cup of coffee, and I was out. Walking to the train, like in the middle of nowhere. It takes me like a half hour to walk to the train, another half hour to wait for a train. And I'm gone. Same thing like when I was like upstate like 3 weeks ago. It was just like 1 or 2 days up there, and it's just like, oh, okay, gotta go. That's it. Back to the madness. I don't need much time. It's just I just need enough to kind of get not even a recharge, just kind of like I feel like I wash my eyes. I have to go wash my eyes out from the art, and I have to wash out my soul from the people. I wish people were making good stuff, man. I really do. I wish there was something out there groundbreaking, something good, but no, no. And they're just, and I'm just like, it's like, huh. And it's like, well, you're not that great. I'm like, I know that. I don't sell myself as that, please, sir, ma'am. But they're just trying to, oh my goodness. And the followers and all this stuff, it's exhausting. It's just like, okay, 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 thanks. Look at my hair. I look like freaking Gumby. This is like 3 days of unwashed hair. So now it's like, I look like Ed Grimley. Cross between Ed Grimley and Gumby. I don't know if you kids even know who that is or who those people are. But yeah, it's like my hair is getting go past the frame. That's very funny. But here we are at the Freedom Tower, Tower of Power, artistic freedom. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's just trying to get this thing to look right half the time. You even see me? Yeah. Because I don't want to, I just don't want this interrogate. Oh my God, that's bright. Anyway, what I was saying earlier before was so much better. I'm echoing now. But yeah, so yeah, it's Easter. So it's Sunday. I usually hate Sundays because I get the Sunday blues, but I'm okay with that because it's been like, I don't know, between last week, like Tuesday was tax day, and then it was like Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and now it's Easter. It's just like enough already, please. Let's get back to business of some kind, please. Thank you. But yeah. No, I don't have any other thoughts. Oh, and the movie is up to like about almost 12,000 views. The one I mentioned about, the one I kind of mashed up between two movies, which is good. I'm glad. I actually doubled my subscribership just on the movie alone. So goes to show you. I mean, it's like, yeah, 12,000 views. You're a YouTube master. It's like, nah. It's just, it's good that people have been watching something that I guess I put a fresh spin on something that was old, and has some traction, at least a little bit for the time being. So, you got to take your victories when you see them or when they come. Can't just dismiss everything. It's like, give yourself a chance, and don't let anybody take you down. Don't let anybody be like, oh yeah, big deal. No, it's a big deal. You have to make things big in your life, even if they're small, because there are accomplishments, and you shouldn't just oh well, this guy's got 2 million followers. It's like, well, maybe you'll get there. Anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you later.